Okay, let's look at the relationship of series. In series, each proposition makes its own independent contribution to the whole. That's the definition we have there. Each proposition makes its own independent contribution to the whole. And if you're looking at your cheat sheet, you'll see some of the keywords that let us know that this is a relationship of series are the words and moreover, and furthermore, words like likewise, neither nor can be a listed series. And you may come across other words. For those of you who are working in Greek as well, you'll see the corresponding Greek on the cheat sheet as well. But those are the key words that wave their flag and let us know that this might be the a relationship of series. The way we're going to designate that in our diagram is we're going to use the symbol S and write that between the arcs to designate that each of these arcs gives its own equal and independent contribution to the whole. And then we're going to draw one arc over the whole to designate that all three of these are in series together. This is one series, usually making a list or something like that is how we will diagram that. Let me give you an example of a passage of Scripture which is in series. I've chosen Matthew verse 1 or chapter 1 verse 2, and just as a reminder, when we go to arc a passage, we first want to select the passage, and then I've recommended reading over that passage 10 or 20 times, and then looking to break that passage into its separate propositions. So let's do that now. I've selected this passage. Abraham was the father of Isaac, and Isaac the father of Jacob, and Jacob the father of Judah. And the verse goes on there in Matthew chapter 1. But here we see the first verbal assertion, the first proposition, Abraham was the father of Isaac. And then we have a second, Isaac the father of Jacob. The verb was is implied here. Isaac was the father of Jacob. And Jacob was the father of Judah. So we have three verbal assertions, and we also see these key words that we've listed, the word and. So we can begin to break this passage up into its propositions, and I'll write it down below. Abraham was the father of Isaac. If you stick with these videos, you're going to have to learn to read my handwriting, but I'll do my best. And Isaac, the father of Jacob, and Jacob, the father of Judah. So we have our three propositions, and now I want to label these as, this is verse 2, and I'm going to label them proposition A, B, and C. I'm going to make my line down the left side and draw an arc over each proposition to designate that each of these are making a contribution, and we need to find out what that contribution is. The key word that we see is and it does seem like each of these propositions is making its own independent contribution to the whole, that they're not in support of each other, they're coordinate with each other. So I'm going to label these as series, draw an S between the arcs, and then draw one arc over the whole. And that is how I would arc this passage that is in series. That's just one example, and we'll have more examples as we go along.